What's up, Transformers fans? This is Stan Stevens, and it has been a bit since I have done a Transformers video, but lately, there hasn't been much of news for the fifth film. I mean, not what I could find, but then recently now I've been here, there's been like photos, not on the set, there's been photos like, well, I'll get into those, but let's say when I found these photos, I was like, oh, there's a bit more news for the film. And I did have some, and then the days went on. I was busy a bit, and luckily I'm free today to talk about these. Now, these photos I'm going to be talking about, they are old, but I want to get them out of the way because they are not the main thing I want to talk about in this video. And it is obvious from the title of what I'm going to talk about, but I want to get these out of the way quick. So let's start on that then. So the only latest photos, well, photo-wise we got was it's the Michael Bay leaving the UK because they did finish filming last month in the UK, or the end of the last week of October. So they finished filming in the UK. You see a picture of Michael Bay himself with his private jet, and he's pretty got a cool cap of Optimus Prime with the V behind his head, and that is pretty cool. I love that. I've said to myself I want to try and get something of that one. I mean, I did say I would try and get like a helmet for the, I mean, not a helmet, like a hat, a cap for the new film. But if I could try, as I said before, if I can try and find one, that'd be cool to wear in one of the future videos. But anyway, for others we had we've got all the robot characters. We had Drift, Crosshairs, Barricade, and even Bumblebee are all prepared to get on a big jet or plane whenever they carry the vehicles on. Oh, it's a big plane anyway. And last, before we get into, let's say before I get to the this one. Now, there has been lately it was also around the same time, the end of the last week in October. We've got some leaked photos of a toy of Optimus Prime for the new film. And when I looked at it, I thought that this looks like an improvement a bit of the first version of the new look he has in the Age of Extinction. And when I very looked at it, I was like, that looks pretty cool. And I thought it looked like a movie acrid, like a little bit of it. And later on, there was another photo of that comparing to the Age of Extinction one, and it does have some major difference. Excuse me. When I also saw that, I said to myself, now where have I seen where they've done that to the toy like him before? And it came back to me. Now, if you guys remember the first trilogy, when they first did the Optimus movie toy for the first film, he did have a crap look. He didn't have a movie accurate. Now, I'm sorry to the people who might have thought, oh, that toy was good and everything at that time, but you had to think that it wasn't really a good movie accurate figure of the leader class. I should say that because I also had one as well when I was young around that time the film came out. And then later on when the second one came out, they actually did another him, and it was a movie accurate. I was like, I gotta get that one because that's more better than the first one I got. And it was really. And I felt like after seeing this picture, I was like, they're kind of doing the same thing again. I mean, there are some little bits that, only little bits that don't say it's a movie accurate part of him, but hey, so far from this photo, it looks like he's got the movie accurate, but a bit of difference as well. Now, I can't really tell if he's a Leader class or a Voyager class, but well, I'll just have to wait until next year or something when they do reveal more toys like him and other ones as well. Now, another one thing I want to touch on before I get into this. There has been a new photo, and it's just some 4 photos come together, and you got a scene of the knights fighting knights, in the forest, like the same location I spoke about before. It's just giving you some more extra look at it. So before I shut that up. Now, next thing is the latest photos of vehicles actually, and it's lately photos of. Sorry, it's just the ambulance. Anyway, oh please, I don't know. Anyway, its latest photos of Optimus, Bumblebee, Onslaught, and Barricade. Now, I've heard lately now that the filming they're doing, and according to it, I heard they're doing some filming in Los Angeles. And there's been those photos of Los Angeles, you know, photos of scenes and everything. But according to it, and I didn't even know about the first one. Now, I'm bringing this one in because I found out in the when they did the first Transformers film, when the last battle took place, I didn't even know that. I thought that they filmed it in the actual city, but now I found out that they actually filmed it in the studio, not like inside the studio. I mean, like, because the studio also has like outside. You know, they got like a fake street and buildings, and they did it there, and I was like, oh, I didn't know about that. Now, it could be a guess. Maybe they're doing some filming there, you know, so because maybe there's going to be something we should not know, and maybe they're doing it there, so we don't know, and they want us to see for the, you know, for the when the film comes out. But I could say that could be the possible thing, but that could be it. Now, anyway, let's get into the big thing I want to talk about, and it's about Optimus Prime. Now, to me, what's been going on with Optimus? I've been seeing like, there hasn't been a lot of, you know, of photos of him. You know, there hasn't been a lot of photos of Optimus, you know, and from the looks of it looks like that he's not going to have a big role in it. It looks like he's having a small role this time around, you know, he ain't got a big role, but I thought I'd do some little recaps of where we've seen him so far, so you can get the hints of what kind of role we're getting for him. Now, I'm also going to add in like the not also with the photos of him in the scenes. I'm also going to add in like promotions, you know, like where is he advertised in a way of advertised as well. So in December, like our first advertise of Optimus, we had with the teaser trailer. It was only just a trailer to show Optimus's head, and from that we had like the pink, the purple eyes, the blue, and the red paint. You know, were faded off a bit. There was that kind of one. Then later on, we got like another promote like a thingy with Optimus's head, and the V was behind him. Then we did get some more. We have got some multiples of those pictures. There've been multiples of those with different colours. I'm just scrolling through. Then we did get our first cap picture of that with the Optimus with the V behind him. Now I'm trying to get to the bit where. Oh, that was it. Now his big advertise to the whole world was like a billboard. If you remember, when there was a picture of Optimus with his sword, and you had the three-headed dragon, or well, we still don't even know, was it like a dragon with three heads, or is it three dragons? But that's my opinion. But that was one of the promotions we got. So yeah, we had that so far. We got that from Optimus so far. Now here we are. Now our first photo of Optimus's truck rolling out was on August the 4th. Now I can't remember if that was the day they released the picture, or was that the day when I found it, but it was the yesterday day. But let's say there was some photos of him on just driving out, and then that told us that yeah, we're gonna see Optimus back on Earth, and that was a good thing. Now then after those pictures, we did get some. We did get another photo of him the next day, where there was just two pictures of Optimus. You know, with two trucks, like maybe the ones for maybe one's just for the backup, just in case something goes wrong with the first, or they're gonna do some explosives around that one. I don't know why they always have two same vehicles. I'm not part of filming. I don't always know, but anyway. Then we did get some photos of him riding out with the Autobots, so we know he's going to meet up with the Autobots in the film again. We know that. We know that he's going to... Well, as I said, we know he's going to meet up with them. Yeah, we did get some more... Just another photos of him on his own. Now, also we did get... As I say, we did get more photos of him later on. Now, and then when it came to the London shooting... Optimus was never to be seen, and there was no sign of him. They never said that, oh, here's a picture of Optimus in London, or like in the other locations in England, And really, that started me questioning, like, what kind of a role is he going to have? And it is pretty interesting to me, because I have been thinking this out of my head, like, what kind of part does Optimus have in this film? Does he still have a big part, but he has to go do something on his own, or does he really have a small role this time around? Like, he ain't gonna be the big person for this. I mean, I don't know. Now, there has been some other photos back in the US before they came to UK, was when the Autobots were by him, but then there was one photo where the Autobots, there was just the Autobots, and then you saw Optimus on his own and he's behind them. Now, I don't know if that's the point when Optimus is going to split up with them, or maybe that might be the point when he separates from them. I mean, there might be reasons. Maybe one, he told the Autobots that I'm going to do this, so he wipes them out with a little bit, and then he goes off on his own. Or there was someone chasing them, and Optimus says, "I'll deal with this. You guys carry on." Or something else. I don't know. I don't even know. Now, then later on, remember Hasbro had the giant cardboard pictures out for Bumblebee and Megatron. Optimus had one as well, so that was another advertise for him. And really now, as I said, the other latest ones we got now was just the photos, well, 2 pictures of the toy itself. Like, one's just showing you the vehicle and also the robot form, and there's some words on there. I think it's just telling you what they are and all that and everything. And the other one, and the one I did spoke about, was a comparison to the Age of Extinction figure him. And also, just the last photo we found of him recently is just a truck. Is a truck, the truck form of his. Now, really, to me, I'm saying now is maybe he's got a small role in this film this time around, or as I said, he might have a big one, but it's going to be hard to say really. But I'd say this time around, maybe he might have a small role this time around. Maybe we're not going to see him a lot. I mean, if you can remember, he didn't really have a big role in Transformers 2, because in that film he did get killed off. But maybe they're doing the same thing again, but not killing him off, but maybe them giving him that kind of time again for this film. Maybe them giving him a less role in this film. You know, just like in the second one. So it might be the same again, but as I said, except for the killing part, he won't get killed, I'd say. He'll have like his separate story, like he's got to do something, and the Autobots, they got to do, that's another story, and they got to deal with something. I don't know. But I'd say maybe Optimus is going to do the same what they're doing, but he has to go somewhere else to do this thing. I don't know. But to me, that's what I got to say for this really. But I thought to do that, you know, to spoke about all those photos and everything, because I wanted to remind you guys as well, so you can have the idea of like how long is Optimus going to be in the film. Like, is he going to have, like, as I said, a long role, or is he getting less scenes in this one this time around? But I don't know. We just gotta wait and see. So those new photos and all those photos I spoke about, they're on my Transformers Facebook page, so that's in the description below. Leave your comments below in this video. What do you think's going on? Do you think Optimus is gonna have a big role, or do you think he's gonna have a small role? Leave your comments about Optimus Prime in this video for the 5th film, as that obviously. And also give it a thumbs up to this. And also, if you're new, anyway, what I was trying to say was, share this out to your friends, you know, so I can get more viewers and subscribers, you know, so, you know, I can get more. That's what I was trying to say. Anyway, also, if you're new, this is what I do. I do Transformers and Marvel news videos with the trailers and TV spots reactions. Trailers I can do, TV spots I'll do some, but when it comes to later on when there's a lot more and they do give you more scenes of the film that you don't want to see in the TV spots, I don't tend to do a lot of them. I only tend to do like early ones. And that's it really, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon. Peace.